Microsoft. They could lose the next 5 generations and be the worst selling console every single time, and they still wouldn't consider it a vital loss. There's defense mode, switch, and attack mode, and the video in question is a video by Review Tech USA. When he's not being a lefty libby, he's actually pretty good. I don't watch him as much as I used to, but I learned his information from this video, so I'm giving it the shout out it needs. The video is basically about Microsoft. It's pretty much, at least it's rumored, it's not freaking, set in stone, but supposedly they're gonna pull a Nintendo Wii U over here and give up on their consoles. They already lost the console generation. They're just gonna give up midway. Oh yeah, this is the first seed. The first one was the entrance. Now this is level 1, 1F. This is where the Yu-Gi-Oh battle should be a little bit harder. It shouldn't be as easy as the first one. But basically, it looks like they're gonna give up on the Series X and S already, because they already consider this generation a loss. Because let's face it, they got the ass handed to them this generation, just like the Wii U did. Who should I fight first? Let me fight him first. Let me go ahead and fight him first. Leo. Hey, you, come on, do with me. Okay, yes, all right, let's go. Blah, blah, blah. You know what's funny? The first Yu-Gi-Oh game I ever played, I think, was on the Game Boy. But I think the first actual real Yu-Gi-Oh game, I'm talking about the original Game Boy. I think the first Yu-Gi-Oh game I actually ever played was the Yu-Gi-Oh! What am I saying? Yu-Gi-Oh! Dawn of Destiny. No, Yu-Gi-Oh! This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Dawn of Destiny and the original Xbox, not the Xbox One, the original Xbox One. See how we have to call it Xbox One, the original Xbox, because of the dumb naming of Xbox One. I mean, Jesus, Xbox One. That's as dumb a name choice as the Wii U. They're both just some of the dumbest names ever chosen. Anyway, so yeah, Microsoft is gonna pull Nintendo Wii U and freaking give up on their console 5 years in. Supposed to be in 2026. This is according to Review Tech USA, so I'm gonna take his word for it. Remember, he's some of 1 million subscribers. He wouldn't really deceive. he wouldn't make a mistake, because if he did, and his editor made that mistake, they'll fucking get their ass chewed out. But basically, all right. There you go. You saw the Wii over there. All right. This is dual challenge, just in case you don't know. What does it really do? I'm gonna just summon a strong monster. Rory the Griffer. That's it. Yeah, so basically, I'm pulling Nintendo Wii U and give up on a console generation 5 years in. Well, it's only been 2 years since the I can't talk today. The PS5, the PS5 and the PS5 and Xbox Series X, and I guess S came out. And I'm gonna activate Tornado. Why not? As soon as you end your turn, bam. Oh, see? That would have stopped me from attack. And now I'm going to activate Stop Defense. Stop your monster from being face down defense mode. But yeah, so according to Review Tech USA, he said that this is a weak monster. Anyway, according to Review Tech USA, the PS5 has sold 50 million consoles so far, which is, according to him, not as much as the PS4 around 2 years. Which I think is true. I think the PS4 within this time frame did sell more than that. But the PS5 already sold 50 million consoles, and the Xbox Series X/S only sold 20 million. Oh no, it's only sold 25 million. So pretty much half what the PlayStation sold. Because PlayStation 5 actually has exclusives that come out every so often, while the Xbox has absolutely nothing coming out. And when they do have a game come out exclusive to them, it's fucking trash. So they're doing it to themselves. Alright, I'm going to put this card face down. And I'm going to summon Karate Man. I don't even have to activate Karate Man's special ability because the monster in question sucks. Alright, hold on. Wand defense position. Wand attack position. Wait, hold up. I need to read that again. Wand attack position. Start a battle. You can special something. Whatever. Let's just go ahead and attack. Yeah, so basically they're gonna give up on the next con because you know the PS5 and Xbox lately, ever since last generation, the whole coming out with a pro version of your console is cool now. It's what's in right now. Even the Nintendo Switch did it, and I got it. That OLED whatever. Wasn't really a pro version, but it was supposed to be a pro version. But this is around the pandemic when they're supposed to come out with their pro version, and then when the parts were freaking hard to come by, and the PS5 wasn't able to come out as much consoles, and phone companies and Sony and Microsoft were all fighting for the same parts, so they weren't coming out with as much consoles as before. Shit, I had to buy my freaking I had to freaking buy my PS5 on eBay for like double the price with my dumb stuff just to get my hands on the PS5. What monster is this? Man, I'm gonna just destroy you. It's gonna be easy though. Bam. Yeah, so basically, they're all fighting for parts and everything. So Nintendo's like, instead of coming up with a pro version that's gonna have to fight for those same parts, and then we're not gonna have as much Nintendo consoles be able to come out. We're just gonna come up with an OLED version, and the pro version could go eat shit. Which now, hindsight being 2020, was a smart decision. Shit, even back then you could tell that was a smart decision. It just was. Alright, I'm gonna sacrifice both these monsters, summon Swift Guy to Fierce Knight. Since I'm pretty sure I'm gonna win this duel anyway, I don't even care. But yeah, so basically, Nintendo did it smart. They stuck with the Switch. The Switch is still selling like crazy anyway, since they're the only hybrid console that is actually good, and not freaking PC shit. And then freaking the PlayStation 5 is selling well, so they're just gonna come out with a pro version. Xbox on the other hand, Microsoft, they're like, instead of coming out with a pro version, we're just gonna come out with a next generation console, Nintendo Wii U, the Nintendo Switch style. I'm gonna summon you in attack mode. Yeah, go on offense. So pretty much, yeah. So the Xbox is just gonna pull Nintendo Wii U and say, since we already know the Wii U freaking sucked and didn't sell anything, we're just gonna abandon it and go with the Switch. And that's what Xbox is doing. Even though the console sold at least 12 million more than what the Wii U sold, they're like, yeah, this is a loss. We don't have much games. We're not selling any software, much less hardware. So they just went ahead and they're gonna come out with the next generation console. Now people saying, "Oh, there's gonna be a problem for PlayStation." Look, Microsoft. Yeah, this is a smart decision. I'm gonna activate 7 tools of the band. You're not gonna do anything to me. Yeah, so this is my opinion. This is a smart decision because freaking Microsoft, the console is not selling. They have no freaking software or whatever. Just get rid of the console. I mean, Nintendo got away with doing it with the Wii U because so few people bought the Wii U. But Microsoft, they might aggravate all the Xbox fans or whatever. I said might. But Microsoft is still Microsoft. Microsoft could, they can afford to lose console war after console. Now, Sony can't afford to lose a console war. Neither can Nintendo. I mean, Nintendo did lose a console with the Wii U. And they lost with the GameCube a few generations back before that. But Nintendo has enough capital that they could lose one generation and then come back the next generation harder. Or at least do mildly successful, because Nintendo sells more software. Yeah, Nintendo sells more software. Yeah, 2 cards is good enough. Yeah, like I said, Nintendo sells more software, selling freaking 15 million consoles than PlayStation can do, selling 30, 40 million consoles. We're talking about, first party exclusives. So Nintendo could do just fine to lose console war, but freaking Xbox, since they're owned by Microsoft, they can afford to lose a 5,000. Not 5,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could lose 2, 3, 4 generations in a row and it won't mean shit. I'm going to do 2 sacrifices again just to screw myself over. And see if his effect works. Let's see what we can get. Nope. Oh, this is a landslide. Yeah, so then Microsoft, I think, is a smart decision. They need to come up with the next generation console ready and just get rid of the Xbox Series X/S. It's just pointless at this point. It's a smart decision. I think this is what they should do. The copy what Nintendo did properly and just abandon their console. I think it's a smart decision. Sony, they already sold 50 million consoles, so they're fine. They could come up with their pro version and it'll be like nothing happened. They could come up with their pro version and they'll be fine. Their consoles still sell. They have exclusives. They have enough exclusives and enough hard-hitting, enough high-selling exclusives that they could do just fine. Microsoft, if they come out with their 10th generation console a few years early, that'll give them a good advantage to get their console selling. And look, the console with the most hardware, like the best graphics, don't always sell the best. Look at Nintendo Switch. The worst freaking... Even when Nintendo Switch came out, it wasn't even as powerful as the PS4 or the Xbox freaking one. It wasn't even as powerful as those consoles, and they came out in their mid generation. Then a few years later, or like 3 or 4 years later, then they come out with the PS5 and the Xbox, Series X and S, and guess what? It did absolutely no damage to Nintendo Switch's momentum whatsoever. Nintendo Switch is already so outsold the Wii U. It's already the freaking third best-selling console of all time. So the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S, as well as they sold, they didn't make a dent in slowing down the Switch's momentum. So I think if the next Xbox, Xbox Series S, whatever it's called, they could freaking call whatever dumb name they want. I think it would do a good enough job of trying to get them established. They bought out Activision and all these freaking third-party companies. They could use using some of those third-party companies to come up with some hard-hitting exclusives, and their next console should sell well. The PS5 is already going to keep selling well anyway, even if the Xbox Series S, because the Xbox is pretty much has to start back from the ground up. They have to start right back from the beginning. Right back from the beginning to freaking to come up with hard-hitting exclusives that are freaking good and high-rated to get people to want to shove out money for them again. This ain't the Xbox 360 era no more. They came up with two not as well selling as the PlayStation console. They came up with two consoles in a row and 2 generations in a row that freaking lost out. First they're in second place, then they got in third place once the Switch came out. And they're still in third place. So they're going to have to do a lot to gain back their momentum. I think the PS5 will do just fine with its Pro. And then eventually in the middle of Xbox's, Xbox's Series S generation, the PS6 will come out and take out all its momentum anyway. So it won't mean shit. And then Nintendo Switch is going to come out with their Nintendo Switch 2 sequel that's not going to be as powerful as either of these consoles, and they're going to still sell well. So in my opinion, Microsoft is doing the right decision. It's a win-win for everybody. I think that's what they should do. PS5, they're selling well, come over with a Pro. Xbox, you're not doing too hot, come over your next generation a few years early. Nintendo, come out with your freaking, sequel to Nintendo Switch in 2024, early 2025, and I think it's good for everybody. This is Attack Muscles back to the fence, and when I'm out. Peace.